Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is the first video. We're going to be doing daily Falcons videos. I'm a big fan of this team. We brought in Marcus Mariota in the offseason, re-signed Cordero Patterson. We don't have a single wide receiver. Obviously, Calvin Ridley was suspended for the entire season. The defense looks really bad. I mean, we have no edge rusher whatsoever. Grady Jarrett obviously is getting up there. And I mean, AJ Terrell is a stud, bro. Like, he is our best player on the roster. Casey Hayward was another good acquisition, of course. I think he still has enough in the tank to really complement AJ Terrell. But I do feel like for us in the draft, we have to take the best player on the board at every pick. Obviously, we're picking eighth. And there's going to be a couple of options. Well, I don't think Kayvon's falling out of the top 5, so we're not going to really get Kayvon Thibodeau. He'd be my number 1 choice. I would say my second choice would be either Jameson Williams or it would be Garrett Wilson of Ohio State. But once again, the Falcons might be the worst team in football. So we should go ahead and take the player with the most upside. And that, to me, is Jameson Williams. So he was at Ohio State on the bench. Joe Burrow was as well. We need to stop using that as an excuse. Yes, he tore his ACL back, January 10th? He's ahead of schedule right now. The Falcons are not trying to win football games next season. They're going to be very bad. They're going to have another top 10 pick. So just ease Williams back, because when he would transfer to Alabama, he put up over 1,500 yards on 75 catches to go with 15 touchdowns. He's 6'2", 190. He has the same exact frame as CeeDee Lamb, but he runs in the 4.3s. Take a look at the SEC championship game against Georgia, the number 1 ranked defense. Williams hung 184 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns on their head. That's 26.3 yards per catch against, again, the top 10 top defense in the SEC in Georgia. They have multiple first-round picks going on that side of the football. It was a 41-24 win. We should absolutely take Jameson Williams. We need a receiver. He is the best receiver. If it wasn't for the injury, we wouldn't even be debating him being the number 1 pick. NFL teams love these deep threat receivers, vertical receivers. Remember Henry Ruggs? Unfortunately, we're going to remember him from the other thing. But he was another early pick. But Henry Ruggs was just fast. He was just a vertical player. Jameson Williams can do a little of everything. He's really going to complement our offense well, pairing him with Cordero Patterson and Marcus Mariota. Who, again, Mariota will be the starter, but when I tell you guys about who we should take in the second round, he won't be the starter for long. And should we get right into it, or let's talk a little bit more about Jameson Williams, because, I mean, he's going to be the focal point of this video. So basically what you guys need to know about Jameson Williams, I want to tell you stuff that you don't really know. So he did have 8 touchdowns in the slot, of course, for SEC wide receivers back in 2021. He can line up anywhere. He can line up in the outside. It really doesn't matter. He did suffer that ACL injury back January 10th during the college football playoff national championship game. But he's shown us that he's ahead of schedule in the recovery process, and he broke out last season for Alabama. He just looks like an absolute menace out there. He's got big playability, which became the identity of Alabama's offense in 2021. They relied on his presence for a good reason. He routinely split zone coverages built to nullify such deep plays because it's hard for defenders to account for his game-breaking speed until you see it. He just has Tyreek Hill ability to maneuver despite being 4 inches taller. And I want you guys to know this. Like I said, I want to tell you something you don't know, so we'll get off of that for a second. During the combine, of course, Williams wasn't participating because of the injury, but one of the things that I took away from what he said was, no one can do what I can. You can't teach speed. Jameson Williams is a dog. He's built to play in Atlanta. He's built to come into this stadium and just put on a show every single game and help us win football games. And this is only the beginning. Jameson Williams is only the beginning, because we have, of course, an early second and an earlier third-round pick, and there's a lot of talent in this draft. To be real with you, I was going to mock Kenneth Murray to the Falcons. I don't think he's going to go in the 3rd round. He absolutely should not go in the 3rd round, but hypothetically speaking, what if we walk out of here with Jameson Williams in the 1st round, Kenneth Walker in the 3rd round, obviously out of Michigan, the hardest runner in this class. He's an absolute demon, bro. I know demon is a kind of like peculiar way to describe a player, but That's what he is. So Jameson Williams is a speed demon, and Kenneth Walker is just this physical dude. He reminds me a lot of Melvin Gordon. I know there's receiving concerns, but just because he doesn't catch the ball in college doesn't mean that he can't at the next level. They said the same thing about Melvin Gordon. So now we have a legit alpha wide receiver for the next 5 years. We have a stud running back, the best runner in the class. Well, now all we need is a quarterback, right? So who's going to be available in the second round? Well, again, Desmond Ridder could fall to the Steelers at 20. A team could take him. But I don't think the Steelers are going to end up taking a quarterback. They've actually been linked to Sam Howell. They'll probably take him in like the second round. So the Falcons, they're going to take Desmond Ridder. Obviously at Cincinnati, he won a ton of football games. He's got a good arm. He's athletic. Once again, he's just the type of player that's going to come into the Falcons and help them win games right away. He's going to buy into the process. He's going to develop. And he's got Williams to throw the football to. And he's also got Kenneth Walker to hand the ball off to. Cordero Patterson, the question would be, what's his role? He probably, I mean, he towards the end of the season, he was honestly being used as a receiver more anyway. So we'll use him as a receiver. And then we've got Jameson Williams. Obviously, Ridley will be back next season. That's an unbelievable offense. And we're going to have another top pick. We're going to suck. So we have another top pick in the 2023 draft. And we can build around this young core. So if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you've got to be ecstatic with walking out of here with Desmond Ridder and Jameson Williams. But I mean, at the bare minimum, the Falcons could take Jameson Williams. It's looking like he's going to be a top 10 pick. He's been linked to the Jets. He's even being linked to the Falcons now. Would I take Williams or would I take Garrett Wilson? Honestly, I think Williams is the better player. If you want the safer pick, you absolutely go with Wilson. He definitely has number one wide receiver at the next level. I don't think like Chris Olave necessarily has number one type of upside. I think he's going to be a very good number two receiver. He's going to be a lot similar to Calvin Ridley, but like again, Calvin Ridley and Jameson Williams together with Desmond Ridder and Kenneth Walker, and then another top pick, which we definitely would go defense. We're not going to go offense again. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts. This is my first video. I appreciate you guys for being here. We're going to be covering the Atlanta Falcons on the channel. Like I'm actually really excited to do this, man. So yeah, let me know your guys' just overall takeaways from this mock draft. Once again, Jameson Williams in the first round, Desmond Ridder in the second, and then Kenneth Walker in the third round. Who would you guys take at 8? It's hard to say that because we have no idea how the draft is going to shake out. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who the Falcons take at 8. We're gonna be fine with it. There's not one bad player in the top 10 of the draft. I mean, there's going to end up probably being someone or a couple players, but on like projection wise, the Falcons are going to get a franchise superstar type of talent, whether it be offense or defense. It's probably going to be a receiver and edge rusher. But thank you guys for watching the end of the video. Until next time.